All right, on our America's Mattress Live Tower Cam, unfortunately, a much less interesting view than we saw the day before, right? Those lights were beautiful. We'll review them here in a minute, but all that overhead cloud cover is making it a little difficult. I mean, you can see on our little sensor here at the airport, it's a lot of upper level clouds, so you don't always get those sensed at our airports. But it doesn't really mean you can see all that much because they're light, thin clouds is enough to kind of cut us out. But 54 degrees, not too much humidity, not too much winds here at the moment. Today we saw a high of 63 degrees. That is 9 degrees above our average of 54 degrees. So still well above where we should be. Not feeling like November in the slightest, but it is feeling good. I'm certainly not complaining about those conditions. And those overnight hours, of course, are still close to those freezing conditions and sub-freezing in Delta and Montrose. Of course, Delta and Paonia sensors continue to just be wrong. Unfortunately, that can't really do much about that airport reporting. But let's talk about last night. This is from the Aurora Borealis, a little time lapse that we captured here on our America's Mattress Live Tower Cam. And man, it is beautiful. Those colors just pop. And I would like to see more of those tonight. In fact, I really just saw a photo from Kansas City, and that's about where we're at too in those latitude lines. So we should be able to start to see them here relatively soon in areas where you don't have that cloud cover. But unfortunately, there's just too many clouds in the sky right now. And the reason you didn't see them earlier on, before those clouds arrived, is because we kind of got an unfavorable angle of these particles arriving over here towards the Earth. And that just meant that the magnetic field just didn't reverberate in a way that we can see with our eyes. So keep an eye on the sky, it's possible. We'll talk about a potential period of clearing here in a moment. But high temperatures we saw today, again, hanging out those lower 60s and low to mid 60s for most of us. You can like talk about all this cloud cover, and there's more of it coming too over from Utah right now. But you can see it's not all complete. I think a little bit closer towards midnight, you might see a little bit of gap in there. 51 degrees right now. Clear skies in Montrose, so anyone in Montrose, if you do see northern lights tonight, please send me a photo. I'd be happy to feature it here on air. 12 above average days in a row here in Grand Junction, at least for the month. 14 overall in a row, so 2 weeks of above average temperatures, and we're not done yet. In fact, tomorrow, Thursday, 68 degrees will be our high. That would tie our record for the daytime high. So certainly still warming up, but then we're going to start to cool down, right? Those clouds are going to hang around, or at least return as we get into the weekend. 66 on Friday, 64 on Saturday. You'll notice we took away those rainfall chances. And let's talk about our future cast again. A little bit of clearing will be possible as we get closer towards midnight. So if we get lucky and the timing lines up perfectly, you could see the northern lights potentially if you stay up past midnight. So just keep that in mind. If you are really interested in it, you do have those chances. We're getting the 50s earlier tomorrow morning. And this low pressure system starts to arrive. It's going to bring rainfall here on the western slope, right? And there's two ways it could go, above or below Colorado. It's going to change our forecast a little bit, but mainly what you need to know right now, Sunday night, that's when we're going to start to see that rain here in the valleys. In the mountains, you might see some snow. Definitely going to be possible, especially up on the Grand Mesa. And there'll be a second system coming behind it. That's going to potentially lead to some rainfall early next week. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that as we have these next couple days. Again, I have mixed precipitation because in those early morning hours, we could get close enough to freezing for that to happen. And then Tuesday, look at that. Getting into the 50s next week. Tomorrow, Montrose, 65, 56 on Saturday, and cooling down even into the 40s. Finally feeling like November? I think so.